I'm the guitarist of The Obscure. We're a Los Angeles-based Cure tribute band. And in this video, we're going to be going over a lot of the guitars that Robert Smith used during the past 40 years of The Cure. If you've liked our last video of Robert Smith's pedal board, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be making a lot of content about demos of these guitars, demos of the pedals that you saw in the earlier episode, as well as amps and other stuff from Reeves, Gabriel, Simon Gallo, Paul Thompson, and lessons and stuff like that. So please make sure to like and subscribe to get notifications of these videos. Okay, starting off with one of the first guitars that Robert played was the Woolworth Top 20. Now check out our videos and you'll see us demo this guitar. This is the Woolworth Top 20. It was distributed by Taisco of Japan, and they created a lot of guitars in the 60s, 70s that were distributed to stores like Woolworth in the UK. This is a two pickup configuration with switches here and a little whammy bar. And this one is a 1963, 64, I believe. It has white binding, white tuners, and this one's in really good condition, I think. And you can see Robert playing this a lot in the early parts of The Cure. And when he signed with Fiction Records, Chris Perry told him to get a proper guitar, and you guys all know the story. Took the pickups out of here, put it in the Jazzmaster. Okay, so this is the Woolworth Top 20. So at the recording of Three Imaginary Boys, Robert was urged by Chris Perry to get a proper guitar. And this is the guitar that he chose, the white Jazzmaster. And he installed the Woolworth Top 20 pickup in the middle position. And he also installed a brass buzz stop in here. And to me, it kind of looks like a handle to a drawer. That maybe that's how he got that. But this Jazzmaster has seen a lot of different finishes with Robert's guitar. It was natural. It was also painted, very multicolored painting on there. And you can also see in the video of Disintegration's anniversary at the Sydney Opera House, he's also playing a black Jazzmaster. And this one I have here is mine that I've installed the brass buzz stop on and also the Top 20 pickup on. Again, it's a rosewood fretboard, black with a tortoiseshell pickguard. Throughout the early 80s, during 17 Seconds and Faith, Robert pretty much stuck with the Jazzmaster. Then in about 84, during the Cure in Orange, Head on the Door, all throughout 86, during the Charlotte Sometimes period, Robert had a Telecaster, a black Telecaster. We know it was a 1984 Telecaster because this is the year that Fender used the Schaller top-loading bridge. And you can see a lot of videos, especially of Charlotte Sometimes and a couple of the others where he's using the black Telecaster. You can see the bridge just doesn't look right in there. So I did a lot of investigation and I found that it was this year the Schaller bridge was put on the Fender Telecaster. This is, again, a top-loading bridge. There's no ferrules on the back of this. It's a black with a white pickguard, single-ply maple, or single-ply pickguard with a maple fretboard. Okay. This one I've added locking tuners on just as a preference for me, but this would have been the exact model that Robert Smith played during all that time. And you can see in those videos it does have a single-ply pickguard and stuff like this. So this I picked up on Reverb. It's in immaculate condition, and it just looks great, sounds great. It's the original pickups in there and everything. And the only thing I added was the locking tuners. Okay, so with the 1984 Telecaster, I'm going to give you a little bit of demo. I am using the Boss Katana amp, which is on the clean channel no effects on the Boss Katana, and I'm also using a Boss CE2 chorus pedal, a chorus at 10 and 2, like we've shown on the Robert Smith pedal board video, and I'm using the Boss BF3 as shown, the settings as shown in our video, and then the Boss DD7 delay. For those videos, you can check out that video for all those settings on there. So I'll start off with the intro before us to give you a kind of what this guitar sounds like, okay? There's the 1984 Telecaster. Now, as we go further into the 80s, we find that The Cure puts out Disintegration, which has Fascination Street and Pictures of You and other songs like that. And Robert can be seen playing the National 59, I think it is, guitar. But this is a copy of that made by Eastwood Guitars. This is the Airline Newport 59, and it is a pretty good copy of what Robert used back then. And if you ever want to buy a guitar from Eastwood Guitars, they are probably one of the best made guitars out there, and at a very good price. This is a Alfaro fretboard, but Robert's was a rosewood fretboard with shark inlays, 2 humbucking pickups here, and it's got a piezo pickup here underneath the bridge, which Roberts also has. And we've got the tone and volume for each pickup configuration here. So this is what you can see Robert playing on a lot of stuff from the 80s and 90s. You'll see him playing this. All right, and we'll do a demo of this guitar in another video, but I just wanted to show you what he's using for a lot of those songs at that time period. All right. So during the 90s, Robert played a lot of hollow body guitars, Gibsons and Gretsch's and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those right now, but we're going to start going into the Schechter period, where Robert starts using Schechter guitars and is sponsored by Schechter, along with Simon Gallup and Paul Thompson. So one of the first, and we'll kind of go in order of when these guitars were distributed. And the first one we have is the RS-1000. This is an acoustic guitar, black with a white star on it. They also make one that's black with a outline of a star, and that's a Buster guitar that has no pickups in it. But this one does have pickups in it, electronics and EQ and stuff like that. So this is what Robert uses now for his acoustic work on Friday I'm in Love, Just Like Heaven, and some of the other songs. I've even seen him do this with Boys Don't Cry and stuff. So this is I don't own any acoustics other than this one. So when I do play acoustic, it's this one, and I like it. I don't have a lot of experience with acoustics, but this one's pretty comfortable and nice to play. So since we're already in the Schechter area, a lot of you are probably going, but wait, what about the Base6? Robert used the Base6 extensively during the early 80s, and unfortunately, I don't have a Fender Base6. But Squier did create the Base6 for Robert. And this is the the moon and star inlay, maple neck, Base6, and it's very large, you can see. But he did use this during the, when Schecter made the guitars during the 2000s and stuff, mid 2000s, 2006, I believe, 5, something like that. So pretty much unchanged throughout the Schecter era of the Base6, except for the very newest ones that they put out. But I'll show you in a little bit that they put out a couple versions of the Ultra Cure. So this is the Ultra Cure 6. It is not a baritone guitar. It is a Base6. So along with the Schecter Base6, Schecter also released the Robert Smith Ultra Cure, which is a 6-string electric guitar with a rosewood fretboard and the moon and star inlays. This is like called the first version of the Schecter Ultra Cure. All right, and again, it now has 2 humbuckers in it, and they are the Seymour Duncan 59s. And Robert Smith said he chose those because it's his birthday year. So he was born in 1959, so he liked the fact that there were Schecter pickups called 59, so he chose that. It's a very large guitar. I don't often play it because it's so big, but we'll see a little bit later the size change in the Schecter Ultra Cures. But if you find these on Reverb or anything, definitely get them. They're cool guitars. So this is the version 1 of the Ultra Cure. Now Schecter also put out an Ultra Cure version 2, which was the same body style as the Ultra Cure version 1, only had block inlays instead of the moon and star inlays of the version 1. The version 2 also had a Bigsby. Now I don't have a version 2, unfortunately, but I do have what Schecter put out as the 40th anniversary model. The Cure had been together from 1978 to 2018, so Schecter decided to commemorate that with a 40th anniversary guitar. So this is a lot like the Schecter version 2. It has a Bigsby and it has the block inlays. However, this one is a little bit smaller, and we start going into the transition of smaller Ultra Cures. This one has locking tuners on it. It says the Cure 40th anniversary on the back. Actually, not 40th anniversary, it says 1978 to 2018 on the back, underneath the finish. It's not just a decal. And it's got a lot of the artwork that Robert Smith put on some of his guitars, like the Citizens Not Subject sticker. He's known for putting things on, stickers on his guitar and everything. Like you saw in my other Schecter Ultra Cures, I had put some copies of the stuff that he put on there. But this one is a 1 of 40 that they made. They only made 40 of these, and it came with a certificate of authenticity signed by Robert Smith. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, this is the 40th anniversary. So along with that 40th anniversary Schecter, I also received this certificate of authenticity that was signed by Robert Smith, and it looks like to be a Sharpie marker, and it also says Citizens Not Subjects, but he also put in there Euro Citizen, not UK Subject. So this is the Schecter certificate of authenticity for that guitar. And this one is number 7 out of 40. Talking about the first issue of the Schecter guitars, we have to talk about Paul Thompson. Schecter made a Paul Thompson Artist Series guitar with graphics by Kev Gray, and the graphics are supposed to represent Pearl's tattoos. So, we do have a Schecter Corsair, and it has 2 pickups in it, Seymour Duncan SB1s, I believe they are. These are Duncan design pickups in here. So I actually do have 2 of these guitars, and one of them I put in the actual American-made Seymour Duncans, and then I have the Duncan designed in the other one. So I was lucky enough to get 2 of these guitars that I found on Reverb. So they're pretty hard to find, but they play wonderfully, and they're just fantastic guitars. And I think that, you know, Pearl played a lot of Gibson ES335s and stuff, and he likes a lot of hollow bodies. And Robert liked a lot of hollow bodies too. He played the Gibson and Gretsch semi-hollow bodies and stuff. So there definitely is a history of the semi-hollow body with the Cure. So these are fantastic guitars. They've got a Bigsby in them and a block center inlay. I haven't already mentioned that. These are ebony fretboards with X on the inlay, a Pearl X on the inlay, and then Pearl dot inlays all throughout it. With these are not locking tuners, but they're Rover tuners on here. So this is Paul Thompson's guitar. When we talk about Schechter guitars and the Cure, we can't forget about Simon Gallo. Schechter actually issued Simon Gallo an Artist Series guitar bass as well. And the very first one was the 1979 logo with the rose, then dagger through the heart, and World War II bomber playing here. They eventually went to put out a black with red graphics, and then they've also put out a couple more yellow, black on red, red on black, and a 40th anniversary pink one. That was again 1 out of 40 on that one. There are still some of these on eBay, I believe Reverb, and I know the yellow one is on Reverb right now, and there is a pink one out of the country on Reverb. So this is underlying it is a Schechter Spitfire bass, and you'll have the Cure on the back of the head, and all these Schechter guitars have the Cure on the back of the head, and then you have Simon Gallo's signature, and it says Schechter on the truss rod cover. So these are EMG pickups. They are passive EMG pickups. They're not active EMG pickups as well. So that is the Simon Gallo bass. 40th anniversary Schechters were released. So Robert Smith went to a smaller Ultra Cure. So, and I can imagine that, I told you how big that Schechter Ultra Cure was, and I can imagine it is backbreaking on some of the 3-hour Cure shows. So they released a smaller Ultra Cure, and we'll see the block inlays, Bigsby on here. He kept the Bigsby. We've got locking tuners, says the Cure on the back, and we have very large glow in the dark fret markers on there. If you could see that, they're pretty large. So I guess Robert's wanting to see a little bit better on the stage and stuff for this guitar. So it is smaller. It's more of like a satin finish. You can see some of the wood grain is kind of open, and it's a pretty cool guitar. It's a lot lighter, and I tend to play this one live more than the other Ultra Cures. So this is kind of the version 3 of the Ultra Cures that Schechter has put out. Now when Schechter redesigns the new Ultra Cure guitar for Robert, you kind of have to do the Base6 as well. So this is the new Schechter Ultra Cure Base6. And you'll see that it is a kind of silver burst. It's got that open grain again, so each one has a little bit different grain on it. You have the 3-way switchers to operate all the pickups on here. These are Seymour Duncan USA pickups. We've got block inlays and satin neck on here that feels very smooth. Locking tuners on here. It says the Cure on the back, and you have that same large glow-in-the-dark fret markers on here, and a lot lighter, a lot smaller to play on for those 3-hour shows that the Cure does. So that's the Silver Burst SCHECHT Base6. Now, an overview of the Cure's guitars wouldn't be complete without the newest member of the Cure, Gabriel. Reverend has made a Gabriel Artist Series model, and this is what he first started playing with the Cure and still plays with the Cure now, but he's also added a Gabriel Space Hawk, and he also plays some Les Pauls as well. But this is the Gabriel Artist Series from Reverend Guitars, and it's got two rail hammer pickups in there. You can see that for the bass strings it's a flat, and then for the treble strings they're pulled inlays. So this is a really great guitar binding all around the body. This is a red metallic, and locking tuners, treble bleed circuit, Wilkinson tremolo, and a lot of great extras on this guitar. And we'll definitely do a deep dive into this guitar for you as well, and show you kind of some of the stuff that Reeves plays. So this is the Reverend Gabriel. Thanks for watching our overview of the guitars of the Cure. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. You'll be notified of all of our new videos that we put out. We're going to be demoing all the guitars you just saw, along with the pedals you saw in the pedal board episode. And we're going to be doing an amp episode and lessons and everything about the Cure. If you want to see us live, California is starting to open up again. We have shows June 19th and May 26th, I believe. So go ahead and check out our Facebook page, The Obscure LA, our Instagram page at The Obscure Band, and check out our dates, and make sure to see us live and tell us that you saw us here on YouTube. Thanks a lot.